Let's go wild. There we go. Sorry. So yeah, welcome, and very excited to have you all here. Some of you I know, some of you I don't know so well, and I'm grateful for every one of you for coming and for your wonderful questions. There were loads. It was really exciting. There's some great questions here. You know, how do I actualize more money? How do I create sustainable flows? Trusting my awareness when it comes to making choices about finances and business. You know, all of these things I've struggled with as well. And they're great questions. So I really appreciate you all coming on and giving me your great questions. So is there anyone who's got a burning question right now that you would like to bring up? Yes, Claire?
Just what I asked you, really. You know, I don't seem to have a problem creating it and making a demand of it, but then I just don't seem to be able to keep hold of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
how's it getting better than that?
Yeah. So you don't have any problem creating it. So when you create it, what happens when it arrives?
I went into a bit of shock, to be honest. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But we're okay with it. And I sort of like want to keep hold of it, you know, like I do tend to, like, you know, because I've not got much, I want to keep hold of it, and perhaps that's not the right way to do it. You know, it doesn't flow that way.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes, it does. It does.
And I'm very much full of the energy for things, you know, like in creating classes. It's like the classes tell me when they want to be created, they get created. I don't think that's a problem. I could be wrong, but it's getting the money, and especially if I want the money for a certain thing. So like I made a demand of the universe. I want to do foundation. That's my next step as a facilitator. I'm so excited, you know, to do it. But yeah, I've had to use the money to live off. And it's just the way things have just cropped up. Things have just, you know, it is what it is, isn't it? So I'm interested to find out what's going on.
Okay, great. Well, I've got a couple of things to say there, and so I used to do a lot of trauma and drama with money. I used to I'd have big amounts coming in, and like you, I'd be like, oh fuck, you know, and then I'd want to hold on to it, and I wouldn't even want to. It's so bizarre that I looked at some of my old financial statements, and even when I had big chunks of money in my bank account, I was having bills going unpaid, direct debits being missed, and stuff like that. And so it's a whole you know, relationship with the energy of money.
Yeah.
And that whole, like, making money significant.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have much growing up. Everything was on credit. My mum was a single mum. You know, she worked every hour God sended so that we could live, you know, but she had to get things on credit to have nice things. So, you know, and my husband's money story is not great either. So it's like you've got too money. And then when we first got together, we went bankrupt right at the very beginning. So that's not great. You know what I mean? So, but I'm very aware of it. You know, I still keep asking questions, and, you know, the fact that it happened once and I made a demand and it happened, I mean, I'm excited about that. If I've done it once, and hopefully I can do it again.
So by making the demand and it happened, you mean that the money came in?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm having it. I want it. You know, if I'm meant to do this, I'm having it. I want it. And it happened like that.
Wow.
So, well, I say it happened like that. I got a bars class, you know, with 4 people. So,
Brilliant.
You know what I mean?
And have you acknowledged yourself for that creation, for the magic that you be in creating that?
Not really. No, I just do it. I like it. It's exciting. You know, I'm getting better with the self, you know, loving yourself thing, and, you know, being proud of yourself. But I think I'm too busy doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Would you be willing to now acknowledge yourself for creating that money so quickly, just like that, as you said?
I would. Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm having that. Yeah, I would.
All right. And anything that doesn't allow you to perceive and receive, that you can do that again and again, over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Your way.
I've got a bit of panic in my heart, I'm not going to lie, when I've just said that.
Big bad pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So I've just used the clearing statement so for anyone who's not familiar with the tools of access and the clearing statement, whether you're live now or watching this later, you can go to theclearingstatement.com and it's fully explained there. But for now, you don't need to understand it for it to work. It just clears the energy that comes up like waving a magic wand. So, truth. Who does that panic belong to?
My mum.
Okay, so would you be willing to return that to sender with consciousness attached?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
That's interesting. It's not my mum, it's my grandma.
Okay. That is so interesting. Because so often we take on things from other people and it's not even theirs in the first. They've taken it on from someone else and they've taken it on from someone else. So when we do that, return to sender with consciousness attached, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, all nine shorts, boys and girls, we are freeing a whole chain of people who've taken on stuff. So thank you for that, Claire.
Thank you.
So how are things in your world now, Claire?
A little bit more settled and not as fraught. My head feels a lot lighter. Yeah.
Great.
Thank you.
When we've had things like that happen in the past, like bankruptcy or, you know, like trauma and drama and struggle with money, then we can get entrenched in that and often have that. Even when things change, we have an element of functioning from that space and that place.
Yeah. It's like it's normal. I mean, that doesn't make sense, but it's like it's easier to do that than to accept the good. I mean, that's just bizarre.
Okay, so could you say a little bit more about that? So I'm just looking for the wording. So what's normal? It's like, what's normal?
Like the trauma and the drama's normal. Like I'm used to it. It's like the story that I'm used to. It's like it's like, I don't know, it's almost like you say, a repeat pattern, you know. So like, I've got this weird thing like with credit cards and things, you know, like, and, you know, sometimes, you know, I get to the point where that's all I can afford to live off. And then we go through this cycle again and again and again. And it's just like, it's madness. I need it to stop. You know, I don't know if like the credit card thing's like a self-worth thing as well with money. You know, because it's not real money, is it really? Do you know what I mean? And
okay, so can we just go back to this credit card thing? I need it to stop.
Yeah.
Can you say that 3 times?
This credit card thing, I need it to stop. This credit card thing, I need it to stop. This credit card thing, I need it to stop.
Thank you. And all the SHIQ implants, the next plants and everything else that Gary would say, destroy and uncreate, all of that, times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So, yeah. And how about if we just, everyone together, if we just do a 13 to change tracks. Yeah. So if you gather up the energy of everything that, all the past crap that you've been doing with money, each one of us, whatever that is for us, whatever it is we're looking to change, just gather up the energy of all that. And we'll do a 13. So we just count to 13, gather up the energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. Changing tracks of money. Okay, how's that in your world, Claire?
Lovely, thank you.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Cool. Is there anyone else who brought anything up they'd like to ask any questions or say anything? Because so often, you know, we have similar things going on in our lives and with our money situations.
Hi, Nikki. I'll say something. If you don't mind.
Lovely.
Yeah, right now, I've done something I've never done before. I flounced out of a job I couldn't actually stomach anymore. And I thought it would kill me if I stayed there longer without any backup, backdoor, anything. And that was about 2 months ago, and I'm slightly nervous because it feels now it doesn't go quickly enough, and I wonder sometimes, should I go back? And then when I think about going back, my whole body really shrivels. So no, going back is a bad idea. But yeah, it makes me nervous, and it makes my partner nervous because he is at the moment the only one who actually brings money in. So I feel some sort of pressure there. It sometimes I get panicky, because I say I need to pull my finger out, and I did a few things that didn't come off. I offered readings, and someone said, "Oh yeah, I want one," and then I said, "Yeah, now send me money." She said, "Oh, I didn't know you're charged," and I was really, really upset about that. What does she think? Why I do that for a hobby, or And I really got totally. I thought, you stupid bitch. What do you think I offer readings for? And then I offered a gift and receive, and I don't know if it was the wrong time. It didn't come off. And so far, nothing has come off. Now, there is something that looks good, a festival in August, but I'd rather have money now. I'm still not desperate. I've still got, I'm getting to the point where I'm borrowing from the 10% account now. It's not totally desperate, but I need to pull my finger out and get going. And okay, how do I do that? Getting clients now so that I'm actually seen and also not appearing desperate.
Okay, there's some really great points you made there, Gabrielle, and the whole thing of not wanting to appear desperate, but then really wanting every little, the clients to pay you money. And so I used to do that with my business. I'd be like, oh God, I've got to make some money. I better put on a class, or I better put something out about, offering sessions. And I was so making the money so significant that it never worked for me. And maybe I'd create a class. It would be a small class, and there would so often be like issues about money. They'd struggle to pay me, or they'd be resentful, or I'd create all kinds of crap basically around that. So one of the things that I've recently learnt to do is to recognize. So who is the source of your creation, Gabrielle?
Well, that would be me. But what I have a problem with is that it always involves other people that need to pay me. Yeah, I can't pay myself.
Point of view is interesting point of view. Is that true? What if it didn't have to involve other people that had to pay you? What if you could receive from many, many different ways? I was reading a post in the Getting Out of Debt Joyfully year-long course, that Simone Millis's course that I'm a part of, and someone put an amazing post in there about she was on a Zoom call with a friend. They were just having a chat, but they were face to face, and their friend was sitting out in their garden, enjoying the sunshine and just relaxing. And as they chatted, the friend saw a swarm of bees come into their garden, and the friend's hobby and passion is bees and creating honey with bees. And as they were chatting, he said, oh, that swarm there, that's 500 euros. And then he saw where the bees went and how they were creating in his garden they were going to stay. And he said, oh, and I'll ask them to create honey for me, and then the honey I'll be able to sell from a beehive that big will be another 500 euros. So that's 1,000 euro that just literally flew into his garden as he was relaxing and having a chat. So what else could be possible for you, Gabrielle, if you were open and willing to receive it?
Yeah, breathe. You know what I do? I mainline Glenyce at the moment.
Okay.
Every morning. That actually helps. That gives me a better mood.
Glenyce Hughes, for those of you not familiar, she does some wonderful stuff. She's on YouTube, and she's got a podcast as well. She's got some fantastic.
Her radio show on SoundCloud. I just let her running when I do the dishes and stuff. That really gets me in a better space of mind. But it needs some more. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling as if I'm about to just push through, but there are moments that just dip, you know.
What if it didn't have to be about pushing through? What if it was more about expanding out?
Yeah, that's a good point. That feels better.
Great.
Less hard work, because I got to say, I really am not a big fan of hard work. Yeah, hard work is the only thing I know. I've learned that's what you have to do when you want to have money, and I used to do it all my life, and so I kind of I'm done with that. You know.
Yes. And I used to firmly believe that you had to work hard to get money. And in fact, not just work hard, you had to work at something you hated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you had to suffer for it. I even did a comedy about that.
Yeah. And I was a fabulous creator at that. I created some horrendous jobs that I hated.
Yeah, same here, yeah.
And particularly the one that comes to mind. So, some of you many of you on the Zoom may well have read the Facebook post I put out this morning about when we lost our home. We got our dream home by the sea was repossessed 8 years ago, and so when that was repossessed, we were living in Kent by the sea at the time, and there was no work. The recession had just hit, work had dried up completely, and we were sort of limping along with the small amounts of money we were willing to receive at that time before the work dried up. And then when it dried up, we were just like completely destitute. And anyway, so we ended up losing our home. On 5 of us were sleeping on the floor in my disabled daughter's special apartment, which she'd only just been given for her disability, and she was in danger of losing it if anybody found out that we were sleeping there, because it was, you know...
Wouldn't be allowed to have visitors.
Absolutely. And none of us had any work.
Parents visit, hello? No? Oh.
Not for 3 months.
Well, surely they wouldn't control every day.
Well, anyway, so that was the situation we were in, and so we had to desperately quickly find work, find somewhere to live, and get on with it. So I was qualified for nothing. I had fabulous hypnotherapy qualifications, EFT qualifications, all kinds of, therapeutic qualifications, but go to the job centre and look on the job site at that time, even just 8 years ago, there were no jobs for that. So I was minimum wage, and I found this job as a telesales, and it was So it was like only a small amount of hours was the maximum I could do, and like the minimum wage. It was horrendous. And you had to be on the phone, and you had to literally read the script word for word. And it was calling up people who'd given donations to charities. And so I'd be most of the time be calling little old ladies who were on the state pension and were giving £2 a month to a cancer charity because they really cared about it, and they'd lost loved ones to cancer, and they, you know, they cared so much that they were giving their £2 a month, even though they couldn't really afford it. And I had to follow the script and ask them, so, you know, thank you so much for we appreciate all that you're doing for the charity. And would you be willing to give us £20 a month instead? And she's like, oh, no, dear, you know, and then she'd explain, you know, only on a pension and all that, and she can barely afford the £2. And then no matter what they said, I then had to say, oh, I appreciate that. So how about just making it £10 a month?
Oh.
Like, it was awful. And I'd have someone, you know, my manager behind me, listening in on the phone, standing behind me, insisting I would, you know, and if I didn't, you know, when they weren't there, I would just say, oh, thank you so much for your donation, and put the phone down. But, you know, I was in danger of losing my job, and it was the only job I'd been able to find, and that was just so horrendous. But what a fabulous creation, you know, creating money in painful and just like horrendous ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how could you receive money that would be fun for you? Anything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be and receive that with ease. Destroy and uncreate all times of
Nikki, do you remember the post I did not long ago about my cabinet? Would you buy that?
I don't think I saw it, Gabrielle.
You said it is a fabulous design, so you must have seen it.
Oh, right. Yes, it was beautiful. Yes.
Oh, it still is. It's sitting there, the cat's snoozing on it, and there is an aeroplane I gave Graham for his birthday that's still on it. So, yeah, it still is. I wouldn't sell this one, but would you buy one like this? That would be fun.
And it's great that you are looking at different ways to create money.
Yeah.
And what if you just kept on like choosing different ways and following the whispers and the wisps of the universe, and keep asking the questions and doing 13s every morning. I do a 13 for everything I was yesterday. I destroy and uncreate it all.
Oh, yeah, I've got to do that. So,
and everything me and money were yesterday. I do about I do at least 5, and depending on the morning, sometimes I do a whole lot more. But I always destroy and uncreate. Always destroy and uncreate everything you were yesterday. Everything you and your body were yesterday, you and money were yesterday, and you and business were yesterday. And then I like to do a 13 to change tracks for everything I was yesterday in any capacity. So let's do that now, just quickly. I know we've already done a 13, but yes, let's all do a 13 for everything we were yesterday in any capacity. Money, business, relationships, any capacity at all. Everything we were yesterday, change tracks on 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. Right, one good bad pop, popcorn, no shorts, boys and beyonds. And one thing, Gabrielle, that you mentioned Glenise. One thing that I loved from one of Glenise's podcasts was she would do interesting point of view. I have that point of view every time she looked at her bank account. So if she was going onto her banking app or thinking about money or anything to do with money, she would do interesting point of view. I have that point of view, and breathe. Interesting point of view. I have that point of view, and breathe. And then as keep doing it until the energy dissipated, until she felt in a more open and expansive space to look at her money and her finances. And I find that a wonderful contribution as well, Gabrielle.
Yeah.
Okay, is anybody else got any questions or anything they'd like to bring up?
I have something.
Oh, cool.
Hi.
Hi, Jenny.
I've gone from working hard, choosing things that I don't like, and for money to be, a little bit hard, kind of sort of to get to. Money is coming in. I am enjoying it. However, I'm still. It doesn't take long for me to do what I do, but I end up doing things for a very long time. So, for example, if I have a client and I'm supposed to have, I go to a client's house or something, and I'm supposed to be there for an hour. Like this weekend, for example, I was there for 4 hours, and then I came again on the Sunday, and instead of 1 hour, I was there for 2 hours, plus the traveling and everything. I had the bestest time. I mean, it was such a great contribution.
Oh,
it wasn't more money, but I was still just charging for the hour. So I'm cheating myself. I've gotten myself out of the whole working hard thing and, not enjoying working. So I'm still enjoying it. It's not hard, but I'm still not allowing myself to get paid more for it.
Okay, so so what you can give, so you're going to a client, you doing bars, or what are you doing with
in this weekend was bars and body processes.
Okay, so with a client, when you're with a client in an hour, can you give a client enough for what you're charging?
I could probably give them enough 20 minutes for what I'm.
Wow. Okay, cool. So you're frozen again. Oh, that's a shame you're frozen.
Oh.
Yes. So do you because there's an energy of give more, whatever you're giving is not enough.
Yeah. I do the same in the office. I'm supposed to get off at 6 and I often leave at 8, 9, 10. Kind of get on with work because, I don't mind it.
Okay, so everywhere you're not valuing you, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all of that times it got to?
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. So, and everywhere you're not willing to view yourself as the valuable product in your life, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all of that times it goes to? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, poc, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah. So similar to what I was saying before with Claire, I think it was, about being the source of your creation. We are the source of our creation. We are the valuable product in our life. Nobody, Jenny, can offer what you have to offer in the way that you can offer it. You are priceless. And as Simone Millicis likes to say, she says, nobody could ever pay you what you're worth in this lifetime. Just look at the money you receive as a gratuity, as a tip, because nobody can ever pay you what you're really worth, because you are priceless. You are unique. And you are the gift.
It's really, I get it. And it's really weird to digest.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Okay, so right now, Truth, what percentage of the gift that you are the gift of yourself? What percentage of the gift of yourself are you willing to receive?
Oh, wow. That was not much. 7%?
7%. Okay, great. So everything that doesn't allow you to receive that 7% in with ease and joy and glory, and without any judgment, and just allow yourself to receive the gift that you be in as much of a capacity as you're willing to receive it now. That's right, just expand into it, expand out into the gift of you. That's right, thank you. And just all the judgments that you've made about what you should be, you shouldn't be, you could be, you couldn't be, the potential that the projections and expectations of other people, this reality and yourself, would you be willing to just let that go and destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, popcorn, and short spoons and beyonds? And what if every day and every moment and every day you allowed yourself to receive a little more of the gift of you, and notice as you go about the day what you can do, who you be and what you be that is different, and that is, without judging it as right and wrong, that is just different and unique.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. And it might sneak up on you, but suddenly you realize you're receiving more and more of you, because we show other people how to treat us. We invite other people to be with us in the capacity that we are willing to be in ourselves. So where we're not willing to receive ourselves, where we are only willing to have a small amount of what we have to offer for ourselves, we're willing to give it to other people, but we're not willing to have it for ourselves. Energetically, people around us are picking up on us. And there are people who will gladly take 4 hours for the 1 hour that they've paid.
Yeah.
And, they'll gladly take whatever we're willing to give to them. And it's not a wrongness. And, sometimes, what can it create? And what more could you create for you? Because the more we are willing to receive ourselves as we are, without judgment, and in just full acceptance and allowance of who we be, the more others can receive from us. So everything that is times a godzillion, let's just try and uncreate all of that. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all 9 short, spoils and beyonds. Because I used to be so willing to give to other people. I wanted to give. I wanted them to have it. And it's almost like push. Have it. It's good for you. You need it. I can see it. You need it. You'd like it. And yet I wasn't willing to acknowledge myself or receive. I was barely willing to receive from others, and definitely not willing to receive from myself. So that can be a, expanding out, and recognizing the gift that we are for others can be a huge contribution and a steps towards, maybe even, you know, speeding towards more, receiving more of us. So does anyone have any questions or anything they'd like to add to that or bring up at all? Jenny, you're welcome to say more on that if you'd like to.
No, I'm expanding. Yeah, it's trickling in. Thank you so much.
Cool, wonderful. Yes, so we're just over halfway through this this Zoom, and part of like what I've been thinking about creating for a long time and not actually got out there is a 30-day program where we can get together on Facebook in a private group and change stuff, you know, just like use the tools and support each other and really use the tools that are effective and the ones that aren't working for us, or highlight areas that aren't working for us, and facilitate around that. So one of the things that I'm offering as a result of this is a 30-day Facebook group starting tomorrow. It's like, I can't wait. And so it's going to be changing your money story and daring to soar. So that's just a little invitation to everyone on the Zoom now live and everyone watching the recording. If you would like to join us, it's just going to be £30 for the 30 days, and there'll be lots more information on it, and I'll put a link in towards the end. Yeah, so some of the other things that some of the questions that you put in coming towards this Zoom were about trusting yourself. So trusting myself to receive in amounts that are fun for me, and having more ease and joy with money, and yeah, continuously inviting money and trusting that I am worth having more than enough. Now that one almost encapsulates all of that. Continuously inviting money and trusting I am worth having more than enough. Now I purposely didn't put the person who wrote them down, but if you're on the live Zoom and that was your comments and you'd like to talk about it, then please feel free to speak up and speak more on that. Or if anybody has anything that they'd like to say now that's come up as I said, those questions. Right. Okay. So, Mary, did you have a question?
Yeah, I was saying, am I not on mute? No, I thought I was on mute. I was going, what are you doing with the recording, Nikki?
I'm going to put it, if you'd like me to pause it while you have your question, that's fine. Because it's going to go on like YouTube and all that, and yeah. So shall I pause the recording for your question? Okay, so so I'm just talking about how I help to stop make money significant, and how money is made so significant in this reality, you know, because the bills are shouting at us, and you know, everything, money is made so significant. Having lots of money is made significant, not having lots of money is made significant, and it's like shouting at us from every angle. So I asked a question in the Dublin class, a relationship class, Gary and Dane, access consciousness class that I was at in January. So this is how long I've been running it, you know, this question, running it all the time, every single day from January. I've got it on my phone reminder. So I'm just, you'd think I'd remember it, but I do remember it. but I want to get it right. And that's another thing we do with money. We make it significant that we've got to get it right. We've got to get the right amount of money, and we can't get it wrong with money, because there's so many bills to pay, and it's so significant. So there we go. This is the question that Gary gave to me, and it twisted my brain, and I didn't like it at the time, but I just thought, well, just keep running it. So what reality would I have to be to have all of the money I desire with total ease? So I will send this I will send this printed out to you. What reality would I have to be to have all of the money I desire with total ease? So the reality I was being with money was that money is significant, and that money is hard, and that doesn't come to me easily. And if it does come, then it goes so fast, goes out faster than it comes in, and all of that. So just running that question, as I said, I've got it on my phone reminder, and it pings me at least once a day. Remember to say that and to ask that question. And often I say it out loud. I make sure I'm in a place where people aren't going to think I'm too loony. But I say it, you know, in my head if I'm not in a situation to say it out loud. What reality would I have to be to have all of the money I desire with total ease? And anything that doesn't allow you to be, know, perceive and receive that with ease, destroy and uncreate at all times. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So, and the other thing about making money significant is Simone Millis's talks a lot about playing with money. And another thing I do every night is ask the question every single night before I go to bed. Literally climbing into bed is the trigger in my head to say, everywhere I've uninvited money today, I destroy and uncreate at all times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And and I can do that throughout the day. So if I recognize that I'm uninviting money, or I'm being with money, then I'll say that wherever I'm uninviting money, I destroy and uncreate at all times a godzillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And then I like literally play with it. I'll like, I'll have lots of fun, and I will literally dance about. If I'm at home on my own, preferably, I'll dance about in the garden, like you know, hey money, come and play. Do you want to play with me today? What should we play today? Hey money, you know, just playing around with the energy of it. And another thing that Simone suggests is, and I just happen to have some of my 10% account handy. I changed some of my 10% into euros instead of pounds, so I wouldn't keep spending it, which was my recurring thing. So yeah, and Simone says, play with it, get it out, feel it, you know, like hello money. And euros are so pretty, you know, and just appreciating them is contributing. What contribution can I be to money today? And just playing with the notes and admiring them, and being great, you know, expanding the energy of gratitude around money. It's so much fun when you get into it, and then you're more of an invitation to money, and it feels less significant. And everywhere you're like, oh, that's too fucking easy, and don't be stupid, and you know, well, that doesn't pay my bills. Destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion. And that's okay as well, because that's the way I was as well. Oh, yes. Thanks, Pax. So Pax is saying, that reminds me of a workshop I've not been to, but it makes sense. Yeah, money is a lover. Hey, yeah, what fun could that be? Yeah, if money were your lover, how would you interact with money today? If money was your lover, how would you be with money? How would you speak to money? Yeah. And has anyone got any questions or anything that's come up for them around that they'd like to share? And thank you, Pax, for your written contribution there.
Yeah, actually, can you hear me?
Yes, just
Okay,
me. Oh, thank you. Sorry, got a nice cup of tea coming in. Thank you.
Hey, perfect timing.
Sorry, Pax.
I just want to share something that I'm on a crazy ride right now, and I have some money left. I was traveling for a while, and I was lucky to get some money. And I was kind of freaking out because I'm not sure where I'm going to live, and I don't have a job. I'm not making any money, and my mind was totally freaking out about that. I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And like 2 days ago, I just was like, just dropped that story, and I felt so much more relaxed. And I still don't know what's going to happen, but just not worrying about it anymore makes such a huge difference. And I'm so grateful that I did it, because I'm feeling really exhausted at the moment anyways, and just resting all the time. But that, yeah, took so much weight off my shoulders. It was incredible.
Fantastic. Well done. Thank you for sharing that. And yeah, and good for you to acknowledge that you did that and you chose that, and that it shifted something and changed something. Because and the expansiveness of you talking about it, that's such a wonderfully expansive energy. That's an invitation.
Yeah.
To more showing up for you. And when we let go of it has to show up in a certain way, you know, I have to work hard for it, or it has to come from clients, or from, you know, from work, or from this way or from that way, we're limiting that. So everywhere that any of us find ourselves limiting the ways and means and methods that money can come to us, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all of that and lower your barriers to money?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Would anybody else, did you have any more to say on that, or?
Not really, but I want to say thank you for all the questions. Hi, Jenny. Nice to see you again. Yeah, and I was making some notes, and it really helped a lot. And just being in this Zoom call really feels really expanding. So thank you for doing this.
Oh, thank you, Pax. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So one of the things that that really stuck me was trying to pretend that everything was okay and lying to myself that if I just buried my head in the sand, then everything would be okay. And I wasn't willing to take action. Or, well, one thing I was really good at was taking all kinds of like action, doing all the like horrible things, like punishing things, like I was saying about applying for jobs that I'd hate to do and making things hard work, and you know, selling things that I loved just to get, you know, like a little bit of money to buy some food and just crap like that. And it was a very punishing way of being. So everywhere we're not being kind, you find yourself not being kind to you with money, and everywhere you find yourself beating yourself up with the lack of money and limitations around money, would you be willing to let that go now? Just allow that to dissipate and lower your walls and barriers to that, and destroy and uncreate everywhere that you have done that, and do that in the future. Destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, popcorn, and shorts, boys and beyonds. Thank you. So there's another one here about not giving yourself permission. I don't give myself permission to be and do what I know I can be and do. So where do we not give ourselves permission to receive money with ease? You know, a very good friend of mine, who I won't mention her name, is really magical in creating money and creating gifts and like situations. And one of the questions that she asked was, how can I receive more money just lying here? Because she had an accident, she couldn't get up and do the normal things that she would do to receive money. So I can't remember the question exactly, but it was something along the lines of, how can I receive, you know, what energies? So let's create a question. What energy, what beyond this reality, energy, space, consciousness, and choice can we now be to receive money from just receive money with total ease, however it may show up, wherever it may show up, even if it's just us lying down, sleeping, receiving money, walking through the world, smiling, receiving money, singing, dancing, doing things that are fun for us, receiving money, having conversations with people we care about, receiving money. And anything that doesn't allow that to occur for us with ease, joy, and glory, let's destroy and uncreate at all times of Godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, popcorn, nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. And what if it could be that easy? So now let's just do an exercise. Let's all expand out even further, zoom, 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 expand out. And if you're going to a place, if you're not familiar with the tools of expanding out, if you're going to a place where I don't know how to do that, just do it. You do, there's no doing, just allow it to happen. Expand, expand, expand. Beyond this room, beyond the area you live in, beyond the city, beyond the country, beyond the earth, out into the universe, beyond. That's right. And from this expanded space, just become aware of the earth and nature, and allow your expansion to go deep, deep, deep into the center of earth and beyond, receiving from the earth, receiving from nature. That's right, from this expanded space. Know that we are all simply molecules. We are all made of the same stuff. We are all made up from the same molecules, all vibrating at different speeds, at different levels, at different vibrations. And we are all connected and created from the same thing. And so all of these molecules of the earth creation, of money creation, of people creation, where we can tap into, we have access to, and we can engage with everything that is within this expanded reality, within the earth and beyond. So anything that has ever been created before, we have the capacity to create that for ourselves in our lives in many ways that work for us. And so now from this expanded space, I'd like you to just acknowledge yourself, just tap into a time in your life. It could be recently, it could be when you were a baby or a really young child, when you simply just created something just like that, whether it was money, whether it was a gift, whether it was a lollipop, whether it was just somebody calling you from out of the blue, whatever it was, even if it was so simple and so easy, you barely even acknowledged that you created that. So just tap into that time, those times, more and more and more, just faster and faster. You're so fast that you've already tapped into loads and loads of times throughout this lifetime and others, where you have created just instantaneously. That's right. And know that you have that capacity. And as you recognize and acknowledge yourself for all the places and spaces that you have done that and you have been that, just allow yourself to pull through that. Pull through all the places and spaces where you have done it. Pull through all the places and spaces where everyone else on this Zoom, either now live or watching later, has done it and been it and had it and created it. Pull, 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 pull. Pull through all the places and spaces and the people who have created things in this reality that you've looked at and thought, how did they do that? The Richard Bransons, the Donald Trumps, the people and places and spaces, the money, the millions and billions that have been created and just come to them with what look like ease. Pull, 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 pull from this expanded space. Lower your barriers. That's right. Lower the barriers, even the other barriers that you don't even like to admit are there to protect you from any money that might come to you with ease. Lower those. Allow those to dissipate. Reduce. That's right. Lower those and allow them to go. Expand, 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 and pull, 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 pull. Allow a gifting and receiving to occur through this energy, a gifting, receiving to all of us here on this call, live and in the future. That's it. And all the people and spaces and places that we've ever known, that we've recognized when they've created stuff as if by magic, and allow us to pull that energy and allow us to have that now in our own way. Because every time you see what someone else has achieved and received and created, when you can see that and acknowledge that, when you can perceive it, then you have the capacity to be that and create that too in your own way. So let's pull, 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 pull that into ourselves, in through our bodies and out through the other side. Pull, 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 pull. That's right. Pull in all the recognition of the capacities that we already have. And let's allow little tickles and trickles to go out to all the places and spaces and molecules in this reality and beyond, beyond, beyond. And allow this simultaneity of gifting, receiving to be a continuous flow. That's right. Out to them, through back to you. And let's infuse this with all of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. All of money comes to us with ease and joy and glory. And just drop those barriers that just lifted again there. Just expand out, expand out, expand out. Ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to us with ease and joy and glory. And anywhere you've shut off the capacities that you know somewhere deep down that you have to create everything that you choose in any way, in a way that works for you and in your life. Anywhere you've shut those down, close them off, would you now be willing to unlock them again and unleash them into your life again on 3? And if you're not willing, that's fine. Just keep that door shut and don't do this on 3. But if you are willing, let's do it on 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's do it on 4 as well. So anywhere you've locked that into your future, the closed off capacities, anywhere you've not been willing to open the door, let's open the door and win our future on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, popcorn, and short stories and beyond. Okay, people, thank you for that. Thank you for going there. Oh, how are you doing out there?
Great. Thank you so much. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you.
Good.
So now we're at the top of the hour, and so again, I would love to invite you to the 30 days of more of this, and so it's going to be created really from you, from what you desire, from your questions, from the energies you want to clear and let go of for good, and what you would like to change, and how you would like to soar and have things, including money, including gifts and all kinds of things, come to you with ease and joy and glory. So it's going to be 30 days starting from tomorrow. And the invitation, let me get the invitation link. It's a short Google form, and it tells you a little bit more of the structure. There'll be a bit of a structure. So it'll be weekdays. I'll be coming on and we're doing Facebook Lives with a daily question, a daily exercise, maybe stuff like we've done today, and perhaps a daily tool or something like that. We'll be doing every weekday, and it will be at different times, and I'll let you know what times they are, so that it gives more possibilities for people to come live. And tomorrow is going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning with the first live, and then also we're going to do a weekly our Zoom, group Zoom, a bit like this, where we'll bring up the stuff that's been coming up over the course of the week, and you can ask your questions, we can do clearings and stuff like that. So it's a fun group, and I'm excited to be doing it. And if you choose it, I would love to have you there. And if you don't, I'm so grateful for you being here as well. And hey, you know, thank you for your contribution being here on the Zoom, especially those of you who are live, and even those of you who are watching the recording. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nikki.
Thanks, everyone. I'll see you again soon. I'll get the recording out to you all in your emails. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.